What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning David Benavidez. Teddy Atlas, get this. Teddy Atlas states that David Benavidez was too much of a gentleman in there with Alexander Volsnik. He states that he should have been more aggressive. He should have showed his dominance more. He should have threw more punches. And let me counterpunch. Listen, I don't know about any of that shit that Teddy Atlas is talking about. You know, he was too much of a gentleman. I mean, what did you want him to do, fight dirty? You know, I think David Benavidez did a great job in there. You know, especially considering that he's never been in there with that weight class before. You know, he's never been in there with a 175 pounder. And he went in there with one of the best at a certain point. Okay, Alexander Volsnik. So I don't know what that really means about that. You know, and on top of that, if he claims that, well, maybe, you know, he said he was injured, right? Okay, well, there you go. But I haven't seen, and I have not done the research, okay? But I did not see any difference from him, you know? But I think that's all the reason why you should be or have the poker face. You can't show the other fighter that something's wrong. So maybe he was practicing that, because for what I could see, every time he punched Volsnik, he punched him with bad intentions, you know? And I think that, you know, Teddy Atlas is saying, well, he should have done this and done that. And I think what it is, I think people are giving him an excuse. You know, this is another excuse from Teddy Atlas that, hey, you know, he should have done this and done that because we know he's capable of doing it. You know, and I say this, listen, sometimes you get to a weight class where that's your challenging weight class. Canelo found out as well. He found out that 175 wasn't for him. He found out that guys up there are just too big. They're just too big. See, sometimes you can get to a point, especially if you're a pound for pound fighter. You know, and David Benavidez is he's a dangerous fighter, and what gets him, he's very aggressive. But he couldn't do that against someone that he couldn't hurt. See, David Benavidez is an awesome finisher. He will throw punches and bunches, and he did that. And understand, the punches and bunches that he was throwing, you know those sporadic flurries that he's also awesomely known for. He was doing that to Volsnik, and it didn't affect Volsnik like that. Those chops to the head and those left hooks, those things that he was landing against Volsnik that would normally crush a 168 pounder, wasn't doing that to 175. Now, I can't say they weren't affecting him whatsoever, and that's because that'd be dumb, but they weren't affecting him like he's accustomed to. And if that's the case, why would he go in for the kill if he knows, man, this dude ain't hurt? He'll end up like Anthony Joshua fighting Andy Ruiz won, because that's exactly what happened. Andy Ruiz was not affected by those shots like he thought, and he got caught with something, trying to overcommit and being overzealous, you know? And credit to David Benavidez for discerning, like, this dude ain't hurt. You know what I mean? This dude's still game, and he's still moving, and you know what I mean? He's still jabbing, and he's still throwing punches, you know? He's watching his body language. His body language ain't even changed. So why would he go in for the kill? And I think that's what Teddy was looking for. So that's what happens when people, or you don't give people what they want to see. They're going to make excuses, or they're going to start talking shit about you. You know what I mean? And I think people shouldn't do that at all. They should do neither. They should understand and respect the weight class that David's in. David is in his right weight class. And this is what I don't want to hear, okay? I don't want to hear when if David fights Bivol and he gets beat, if he gets beat, or if he fights Benavidez and he gets knocked out, because that's the only way I see him losing to Benavidez. He gets hurt and knocked out, okay? Don't say he was in the wrong weight class, because that just means you're taking credit away from the fighter that he fought. Oh, he ain't as good. He's just bigger. No, David Benavidez is 6 foot tall. That man belongs to be exactly where he's at. And that straddling the fence shit, you guys know how I feel about that. I don't like that whatsoever. I don't care about that at all, because look, it's a saying that goes like this. It's a saying that goes like this. If you have a plan A and you're still working on B, plan A won't work. I think David Benavidez, I think he should focus on plan A and only plan A. And plan A should be 175 and getting all the belts at 175 instead of 168. He was the WBC champion there. He never lost it. He lost it outside the ring. I think he didn't make weight. And then another time where, some substance was brought about, right? So, but at the end of the day, still, all in all, David Benavidez, I think he's done what he's supposed to do at 168. You know what I mean? He made Canelo run from him and then demand $150 million or $200 million. You know what I mean? I think that's quite the accomplishment, because these days you don't need to fight someone. You just gotta convince everyone else, or let everyone else know and inform them that the other fighter's running scared or ducking, like a lot of people think Canelo's doing. You know what I mean? And move on. Deontay Wilder did it the best. He talked about AJ, and he convinced a lot of people that AJ was scared of him, which I don't think that was the case. But he convinced people that was the truth. And so that was the narrative. And that made him millions of dollars. The millions of dollars that he wasn't getting before he called out Anthony Joshua. But you guys tell me what you think of Teddy Atlas stating that David Benavidez was too much of a gentleman. Hence, that's why he didn't get the knockout. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!